Students, good evening again to everyone. Due to now, I'm just discussing about the question paper format for mathematics, in which this is the standard 12 arts and science question paper format for examination, board examination. Paper is for total marks will be 80 and time will be 3 hours. First of all, we'll discuss about the general instruction. There will be 4 sections in the question paper. First, section A. In that, there will be 2 questions. Question 1 contains 8 multiple choice type questions carrying 2 marks each. And then question number 2 contains 4 very short answer type question. 1 mark question. And then in section B. So altogether, section 1 is going to be 20 marks. Here 8 questions, 2 marks each, so 16 marks. Here 4 question, 1 mark, so will be 4 marks in that. In section B, there are 12 questions, 3 to 14, and carrying 2 marks each, and students are supposed to attempt only 8 out of these 12. That is for section B. So again, you can see that is 12 into 2, that is 24 marks from section B. So very basic questions, small questions, the weightage will be around 44 marks to you. Then section C, again 12 questions, question number 15 to 26, or short answer type questions, carrying 3 marks each, attempt any 8. Then section D is question number 27 to 34, or long answer type questions carrying 4 marks each. So, and here you need to attempt only 5 out of these 8 questions, and that would be the 4 marks each. So that should be the 20 marks. In this case, use of log table is allowed. Use of calculator is not allowed. Then use of graph paper is not necessary. There is one chapter, linear programming problem LPP, on which you may require the graph paper, but the board said graph paper is not necessary. So you need to practice those problems on the plain paper and get it comfortable to draw those sums. Only rough sketch is expected. Yes, the point number 7 is very important. For each MCQ, correct answer must be written along with its alphabet. You cannot leave like here 1 ka D, yeah 2 ka B. You should not leave it. You will not get the marks for that. You have to write D, and inside D, whatever is option, suppose 2 here or here, sine theta, you need to write alphabet as well as the alphabet, as well as you need to write it the inside that answer, and both has to be correct, then only the marks will be given. So please be careful about this in this part. For example, A along with option, B along with option, or C or D along with the answer, you need to write it. Then we'll go in section 1. As I said, section A, select and write the correct answer, 2 marks each. There will be 8 sub questions. No need to write the question. You need to write only the correct answer along with the correct alphabets. Then question number 2, answer the following. There will be 4 questions. So question number 1 and 2 are the compulsory question. You can say section A is the compulsory questions for you. And then in section B, you can see attempt any 8, 2 marks each, and there will be 12 sub questions will be given. Question number 3, 4, 5, 6 till 14. Everyone is the 2 marks, and you need to attempt any 8 out of these 12. So altogether section 2 weightage will be 12 into 2, that is 24 marks. Similarly, in section C, again, there will be 12 questions. You need to attempt any 8. So section C will be 3 into 12, that is 36 marks. Section A was 20 marks. Section B is 24 marks. Section C is 36 marks. Let us go for section D. In section D, there will be 8 sub questions. Attempt any 5 out of these 8, 4 marks each question. So in that case, that again will give you as a 5 questions, 4 marks each, and that would be 20 marks. I hope it's clear to everyone. If anyone has any doubt, they can put in the questions in chat box. We will take while taking the question answer sessions. Then weightage to type of questions. Let me just okay. MCQ questions, 2 marks each. Question number 1, 1 to 8, 16 marks. As we have said, very short answer question, 1 mark each. Question number 2, there will be 4 questions, 4 marks. Question number 3 to 14, 2 marks each. Altogether 24 marks. I'm talking with option. And question number 15 to 26, 3 marks each. Altogether 36 marks. And 4 mark question will be from 27 to 34. 8 question, 4 marks each, that is 32 marks. Altogether, the full paper is going to be 112 marks without option. And from here, you need to attempt. This is 16, this is 4, this is 8 to just 16, and that is 8 3 just 24, and here 20. This is compulsory you have to attempt, and these are given with options. Then weightage to the learning objective. Yes. Basically, it's not for you, it's for teachers. But again, I'm discussing with you. Knowledge-based question will be for 34 marks. Understanding, 47 marks. Application and skills will be 31 marks. So basically, these two are very easy. Actually, this is for teacher's point of view, not for your point of view. Next part is very important to you. Difficulty level. Easy question. You can see the table. There will be 34 marks question will be easy based. Average 56. And difficult will be only 22 marks. But who is going to decide what is easy, what is difficult? If you have not done, your easy becomes difficult for you. So from the beginning, you have to have a practice all those basic problems at least, and that is going to be considered in the terms of easy. Now you can see here, altogether out of 112, if I'll add these two, it's 90 marks. So difficult is not going to create any problem in maths obtaining the 100% marks. You have to wisely study, you have to vigilant, and you have to understand the concept. It will be enough for you. Then unit wise distribution of the marks, chapter wise, I'm just taking first Mathematical logic, very easy chapter, 8 marks weighted. Matrices, 6 marks. Then next one is trigonometric function, that is 10 marks. It's very good chapter. Straight line, vector, line and plane, and LPP. All together, 56 marks is your book 1. Book 1, 56 marks in that. Similarly, it will be given to you, don't worry. Second part, book 2 is here in this case. Differentiation, 9 marks. Application of derivative, 9 marks. Indefinite integration, 10 mark. Definite integration and its application, 6 marks. Application of definite integration, basically it is the area under curve, 4 marks. Differential equations, 8 marks. Probability distribution, 5 marks. Binomial distribution, 5 marks. All together, this will be 56 marks. And your total comes to 112 from part 1 and part 2. Then, important points before starting the paper. How to write the paper. In that, no need to write the question in the answer sheet. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your time. Just no need to write the questions in the answer sheet. While writing MCQ, no need to write the question. Just write correct option, questions, sub questions, and here very important part, numbers, mention the correct option and the corresponding answer. As I said, question number 1, third sub question, the answer is A, and inside that is 2. We want the answer like that. Attempt new section as far as possible. Complete all questions of a group together. I have used the word as far as possible. ये मत करना कि सर ने तो बोला था सब कुछ साथ में करने के लिए. If you have left out any sum, please rewrite. Whenever you are remembering, whenever you are getting, wherever time you are getting, wherever you space you are getting, write down. But I have used the word as far as possible. It means try to take it together if possible. Otherwise, you can write anywhere. You can attempt few extra questions also. We will consider it. That I will tell you later. Attempt new section on new page. Attempt new section on new page. Any doubt till now? Anyone? Anyone has any doubt till now? Please. Chat box में कुछ है मैम? Is it there anything in chat box?
In the chat box. No, nothing.
Okay, fine.
Nothing in the chat box.
Okay, so now after giving the general instruction, I will come to the chapter wise what exactly you should not do while solving the paper. So every chapter I've just taken few points I've written in each and every chapters. So please pay attention here. Mathematical logic, which is for 8 marks. First thing is, in the question if it is specified, use the truth table. Use T and F. Don't use 1 and 0. Because generally computer science students are doing such type of mistakes there. They use 1 and 0. If it is written truth table, use 1 and 0. If it is in the question, it is specified without using truth table, then use the laws of proof to statement. Respect the wording of the question without using, and you are using truth table. So please read the question, I mean to say, properly. Next one is, if the statement is to be expressed symbolically, make sure it is introduced using PQR and necessary condition. जनरली आप लोग क्या करते हो, इमीडिएट लिख देते हो P और negation Q. But first tell us what is P, what is Q, and then write down. The next one is, yes, be careful while using the laws of negation in verbal as well as in the statement form. Why I'm saying, I'll take an example. Negation of P implies Q. क्या होता है? Anyone? Negation of P implies Q. P and negation Q. So please, this will start P and negation Q. Don't say if P and then negation Q. The wording is very, very important, and be careful while writing it. If, yes, that is very good problem. Things. If only P and Q are present in the statement pattern, use only 4 options. Can anyone tell me what are the 4 options? Yes. P and Q में TT, TF, FT, FF. How do I remember? 2 times I have written T, 2 times I have written F, then 1 T, 1 F, 1 T, 1 F. If only P and Q are introduced, write down only 4 possibilities. If only P is mentioned, what are the possibilities? T and only T and F. If 3 statement patterns are used, PQR, then how many combinations are possible? 8 options, 8 combinations. Do you remember? How to remember them? 4 times T, 4 times F, 2 times T, 2 times F, then 1 T, 1 F, like that we wrote it. So याद रखो, PQR, if it is R is not mentioned in the statement pattern, don't make 8, make only 4. I hope it will help you. Then come to the matrices. In matrices, what exactly it should be? What exactly you have to remember it? It's a 6 marks chapter. One is in square matrix A, if inverse determinant A is not equal to 0. If they are asking in the question, find A inverse, first you need to find out the value of the determinant and show it is not equal to 0. Then you can say A is a non-singular matrix, hence A inverse exists. It is necessary to show in the question. Then use the mentioned method to solve. पूछ रहा है elementary row transformation and you are applying adjoint transformation. No. जो मेथड पूछे उसी को यूज कर रहा है. If they are not mention any method, you are free to use any method as per your convenient. Here, students doing otherwise won't be given any marks in that. This is the very important part. If you are using row transformation, you need to write A into A inverse is equal to I. A has to be prefactor. If column transformation, So A should be written as a post factor. You should remember here, A into B is equal to C. अगर आपको A में चेंज करना है कुछ भी, तो you have to use row transformation. And अगर A into B is equal to C, if you have to change in post factor, you have to use the column transformation. You have to use the column transformation. I hope it is clear to you, because the students are doing very common mistakes in this question and they are not getting the full marks for that. So please carefully see that part. Then next one is trigonometric function. It's a very interesting chapter, having the very good weightage examination point of view. That is the 10 marks. While solving a trigonometric equation, squaring the equation at any step must be avoided as far as possible. I have written should be avoided, but I said must be avoided. Square mat karo. Why? If you square it, whatever the possible values are not there, you are also going to take it in that. -1 का स्क्वायर करोगे तो भी 1 होगा, 1 का स्क्वायर करोगे तो भी 1 हो जाएगा. You should avoid that. While solving a trigonometric equation, cancelling the terms from both sides at any step must be avoided. Why? Because it may be 0 also. So can you cancel 0 from both the sides? Usse then mathematics collapse. If you cancel 0 and 0 from both the sides, everything will go away. It's not practically possible. So please avoid the cancelling any term from both sides until and unless you are sure that can not be 0. Next one is check the denominator is not 0 at any stage while solving the equation. Denominator 0 nahi hona chahiye. It should not be equal to 0. Then in question based of inverse trigonometric function, be careful about the domain and range. Once you solve the sum, you'll get an idea about that part. Yes, in this chapter, few theorems are very important. First theorem is sine rule, which is important to you in the examination point of view, and that is sine A upon A is equal to sine B upon B is equal to sine C upon C. Then next one is cosine rule. B square is equal to AC square plus A square minus 2AC cos B. And then projection rule. These three theorems are very important from this chapter. Sine rule, cosine rule, and the last one is known as a projection rule. This is called projection rule. Very important part for you. इसमें से एक एग्जाम में आता ही है. Then pair of straight line, 6 marks. Use the relevant formulae. For the formula of angle between the line, don't forget to put the modulus sign, because they are asking about the acute angle. Go through all the theorems of this topic. Very important. At least one theorem. There will be 2 theorems from the part 1 and 2 theorems from the part 2. इससे एक theorem आता ही है एग्जाम में. So first theorem is show that every homogeneous equation of degree in x and y, ax square plus 2hxy plus by square is equal to 0, represents a pair of straight line passing through origin if h square minus ab is greater than 0. Then next one is prove that the joint equation of pair of lines passing through origin represents a pair of lines. And the third theorem, there are only three theorems. Prove that acute angles between the lines ax square plus 2hxy plus by square is equal to 0 is theta is equal to tan inverse of twice of root of h square minus ab upon a plus b. So out of these three theorems, generally in exam, they are asking one theorem. Yeah, that is not the theorem, but this is one of the sum. Find the joint equation of pair of lines passing through origin and perpendicular to the lines given by this equation is this is the shortcut given. I can tell you interchange A and B and change the sign of middle one. These are the few shortcuts also. I think you might be heard about my CET book also, in which I have written in those books, those shortcuts and all those things has been given in detail about that. Next chapter is vector. Is be well versed with the theorem and application of vectors. Formula again. Theorem this chapter. Section formula. External and internal division they can ask. Linear combination का एक theorem है. These two theorems are there. And next theorem is volume of parallelopiped. That is also the one theorem, volume of parallelopiped. Three theorems are very, very important from this chapter. Also, application of vectors. So, yes, prove that the vector method in any circle, angle subtended on a semicircle is a right angle. By using vector method, median, altitude, angles, angle bisectors, side bisectors are concurrent. These are the examples given in your textbook, solved example, and generally they are asking one from here. Draw the diagram in proving question. Show the arrows properly if required. Otherwise, 1 mark may be deducted. And in mathematics, I would like to tell you there is no half mark provision. In physics, chemistry, bio, you have, but in maths, there is no half mark provision. Here, either you will get 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4. There is no 1.5 mark or half mark or 2.5 mark. Nothing like that. So, choti si mistakes may deduct your 1 mark. So, you have to be careful while writing the paper. Make vector symbol whenever is necessary. The next chapter, line and plane. Line and plane, if not comfortable about vector method, then convert the question in Cartesian form and then solve the problem, or the vice versa. For example, why I'm taking, it will be difficult to remember, find the shortest distance between two lines in Cartesian form. But in vector form, it's very simple. Yes, find the shortest distance between two lines in the problem. Vector method is better than Cartesian method. For these chapters, these two, please remember to copy the points and equations correctly. Sometimes you just copy one point wrong and you took full algorithm correct, but your answer is wrong. You will not get any marks for that. Please be careful while writing the points, copying the equations. You have to be extra vigilant during that time. Then go through all the solved example of HSC textbook. I think it will be much more enough for you to understand the concept. Linear programming problem, 4 marks chapter. Graph paper is not necessary to draw the graph. You must practice to draw the graph on the plain paper. स्केल बना के आप ढंग से देखो. And sometime, yes, that is very important part. If this is one line and this is another line, they are intersecting at this point. Don't try to guess from your graph. Solve these two equations and find out the point of intersection. Find out the point of intersection. Why I'm saying, see, because make sure you write the scale with the feasible reason. Yes, last point. For the point of intersection of line, please solve the equation and find the point of intersection. Don't guess from the graph. It may not be accurate because कभी-कभी 19/5, 21/5 आ गया, which is you may not be able to guess the exact point of intersection. So please, for point of intersection, solve the equations and get the point of intersection. I hope it's clear. Okay. Let's go to the next book. That is the part 2. Differentiation, 9 marks. Again, it's a theorem based question. Out of 3 theorems, 1 theorem has to be asked in board exam. When we find the derivative of inverse, apply the correct inverse trigonometric formula and reduce it to the question to a simpler form. For example, I'll take in sum. Sine inverse of cos x. If you'll take cos sine inverse of something, it will be very lengthy. But if you're writing sine inverse of this, you write pi/2 minus x. Sine inverse gets cancelled. Y is equal to dy dx will be 0 minus 1. It becomes very simple. तो अगर इनवर्स के अंदर की चीजें हैं सॉल्व हो सकते हैं तो पहले आप सॉल्व करो एंड देन टेक द डेरिवेटिव. So trigonometric function and this function will go simultaneously for you. Then next part is learn the theorems. What are the theorems? Theorems of composite, chain rule, parametric, inverse. ये तीन ही theorem है और उसमें से 100% sure one theorem will be asked in board exam. 100% sure. इस 3 थ्योरम में से एक थ्योरम आएगा ही आएगा एग्जाम में. Then go to this is the first theorem. Pi is a function of u is a function of x. Then dy dx is equal to dy du into du dx. That you say chain rule also. The next theorem is about the inverse function. Dx dy is equal to 1 upon dy dx. Then parametric, dy dx is equal to dy dt and dx dt. Y is a function of t, x is a function of t. So differentiate with respect to t, differentiate with respect to t, x, and then divide it. Next part, in theorem, yes, parametric function with respect to small changes delta t in t. There will be a corresponding changes in delta x and in delta y in that. Because y is a function of t, x is a function of t. If there is any changes in t, there will be corresponding changes in x and y also. Then next one is use correct formula for parametric function. Use to correct formula to find the second order derivative of parametric. And then I'm saying d2y dx square is not same as a d2y dt square upon d2x dt square. This is not the correct formula. सेकेंड डेरिवेटिव के लिए ये नहीं होगा, तो प्लीज बी केयरफुल अबाउट दैट. Then application of derivative, again it's 9 marks chapter. Memorize the correct formula with usual notation. Go through the solved example of the textbook. In rate measure, unit must be written. In maxima minima, use the second order derivative. Second order derivative has to be used. Although उसके बिना आंसर आता है, बट आपको दिखाना पड़ेगा. Put the value of the function in the second order derivative and check whether it is negative or positive. अगर negative है तो maxima, positive है तो minima. Then next part is integration. ये ऐसा चैप्टर है समुद्र जैसा कि कुछ भी करो कम है, तो प्लीज do these chapters thoroughly and smartly. Don't forget to write dx with integration simple. Remember to write plus c in the final answer. Don't forget to divide the coefficient of x while integrating. Why I'm writing like that? See here, ax plus b raised to 10 dx. So ax plus b raised to 11 upon 11, but you have to write into a coefficient of x for linear. बच्चे भूल जाते हैं ये डिवाइड करना, तो प्लीज be careful about that. Then you should not be confused with the formula on derivatives and integration. Always recheck formulae after writing it. Go through the solved example of government textbooks and more focus on integration by parts, partial fractions, etc. Very good chapter, scoring chapter, so you have to give the time also accordingly. Then to more practice on theorem. Again, one theorem will be asked from this chapter. And the theorems are, if x is a function of t, then prove that f of phi t, phi dash t is equal to integral of fx dx. Then corollaries, these three corollaries are there based on this theorem. Then yes, 1 upon square root of quadratic, 1 upon square root of quadratic. अगर ये थ्योरम में नहीं आएंगे तो 100% श्योर क्वेश्चन पूछे जाएंगे इस पर बेस्ड. 1 upon square root of quadratic. 1 upon quadratic एक अलग फॉर्मूले है. दिस इज 1 upon quadratic. पहले वाले में क्या था? 1 upon स्क्वायर रूट के अंदर क्वाड्रेटिक था, and here only 1 upon quadratic. This formula you need to remember as well as the proving of that. अगर प्रूविंग नहीं आया इस पर बेस्ड सम्स 100% श्योर आएंगे. एंड द लास्ट वन इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर्मूला. चाहिए तो इसकी स्क्रीनशॉट ले लो. ये तीन में से और ये दोनों में से कोई ना कोई एग्जाम में आता ही है. This is square root of quadratic. So how I teach? I take it in three groups. 1 upon quadratic, 1 upon square root of quadratic, and square root of quadratic. There are the three types in that. तीन formula is पे, तीन formula is पे, तीन formula is पे. And this is the very very important theorem. U into E. integration by parts. Then definite integrals, learn the properties. Yes, one property may be asked in exam. Mostly questions asked on definite properties can be done using the properties. Here, एक minute, हाँ. The next, learn the proof of properties. There are the 7-8 properties. I've taken only 4 which are most likely for the examination point of view. इसमें से एक प्रॉपर्टी एग्जाम में आएगा ही आएगा, 100% श्योर. Then we will go to the next chapter. Application of definite integration. Use proper units in answer of application of definite integrals. Basically, it's a chapter of area, so don't forget to put 2 square units. कुछ हो चाहे नहीं हो, square units is necessary because you are finding area. Draw the rough diagram in area under the curve problems. Practice graph of substandard equation. For example, parabola, ellipse, hyperbola और सर्कल्स के आपको ग्राफ पता होना चाहिए. मॉडुलस के ग्राफ पता होना चाहिए because those things are going to be used in this chapter. Then next, differential equation, last chapter. Carefully write the order and degree of the differential equations. To form the differential equation, only one arbitrary constant है, तो सिर्फ एक ही बार डिफरेंशिएट करना है. आपको पता होगा जितनी आर्बिट्रेरी कांस्टेंट होते हैं उतनी बार डिफरेंशिएट करते हैं. तो अगर सिर्फ यहाँ पे एक ही है तो यू यूज ओनली वन डेरिवेटिव एंड ट्राई टू एलिमिनेट द कांस्टेंट. Is repeated, you can only differentiate once to eliminate it. Focus on variable and separable problems and homogeneous problems. Then this is very easy cake for you, 5 marks. Probability distribution, in which use the definition of PMF, probability mass function, to find the unknown quantity. What is the definition? Sum of them should be equal to 1 and none of them is negative. All the probability lies between 0 and 1 और टोटल इसका सबके probability का 1 होना चाहिए. This is the definition. Go through the solved example of government textbook. Practice problem based on mean and variance. कोई टाइप के प्रॉब्लम्स है यहाँ पे, you need to solve it properly. And Bernoulli trials and binomial distribution, again 5 marks. There are only 2 concepts in this chapter and both are going to be asked. Hardly 10 sums are there in this chapter and 5 marks will get it easily. Random variable must be written as a capital X, not a small x. Use correct formulae of binomial distribution. Practice problems from mean and variance. And then, yes, do the long calculation at the end after you verify all the other sums. Then, last important point. Mudliar ma'am, can you just mute yourself? Theory questions, 15% marks. Theory questions can be asked. 15% means 112 का 15%. Approximately 16 to 17 marks. Theorems, has to be asked from that. तो आपको ध्यान रखना होगा, theorems you have to prepare very nicely so you can get the scores in that, and that comes under the knowledge based, all those theorems. Then we have already seen important points. Few things I would like to discuss with you. Suppose you wrote any question, group B ka, section B ka question you have written, question number 3, you solved it. Later on you realized you did wrong. तो आप क्या करोगे? आप इसको कैंसिल करते हो and you again redo it. Am I right? But what we observe it, this is out of the box. I'm giving the hint to you. As a teacher, I should not give it. But again, I'm saying because of you here, for you only. So it should be talk. I should talk about you only. पता लगा यहाँ पे पूरा गलत है आपका. I've given 0 और आपने तो इसको कैंसिल कर दिया है. I should not correct it. But later I found few steps इसमें सही है. But I cannot assess it. तो आपको क्या करना चाहिए? No issue, no problem. आपने जो कट किया है, don't cut it. Suppose आपको यहां मुझे, this is section D I am talking, in case, just 1 minute ma'am, I'll take few more minutes. Suppose I am taking question number 30. अब यहां पे मुझे 2 लाइन सही दिखी, इसमें मैंने 2 दे दिया, और यहां पे सिर्फ एक ही लाइन सही है, 1 mark. You are not going to get 3 marks, don't worry. What we should do it, we will triangle this one and we will consider 30 ka marks too. So I mean to say, you don't cancel anything from your side. You write it, again rewrite it. We will correct it. Because many times we are observing while correcting or moderating the paper, students wrote correctly and they cancelled it, and we are helpless at that time. So please don't cancel anything from your side. We will cancel it wherever required. I think this is from my side. If any question anyone would like to ask, you're most welcome. Ma'am, कुछ questions हैं?
Thank you so much, sir. Really, you gave nice tips, very nice tips, very simple way you explained everything. Thank you so much. So students, how did you find the session? We would like to see you all in the Falashruti family here. See, right now, because of pandemic, the colleges are holding online lectures. You do not have much writing practice. That is the thing we focus on. So here you get a lot of writing practice. Your mistakes are pointed out to you alone. So you gain confidence and your mistakes are rectified. You are very well guided to face the HSC exam. You get model answer papers where all the key points are included. So please see that you are there in the family to easily score in forthcoming HSC exam. See you all there. Thank you so much.